Hi folks, welcome to lecture. In this lecture, we discuss about what are the instruction in C. Okay, but before moving the lecture, we discuss about what we learned in the previous lecture. In the episode 05, we do the practice and solve the two very important problem. First one problem is the calculate the total salary of an employee. And second question, we calculate the distance or change the distance in like meter, centimeter, inches, feet from the kilometers, where user give the distance in the kilometer from the keyboard. In this lecture, we discuss about the C instruction. I already say, wait for a while. This is the first dot C. Not this is the episode 5. We first go in the episode 6 and then click on first dot C. What are the instructions C? Why we need instruction C? And what type of instruction in C? What type of instruction in your whole C programming? But before moving the lecture, I give you a very good example so you can understand easily why we need of instruction. So you are an engineer, senior engineer position, okay, in your company, and your company try to building a system for your city, like, okay, so everyone can comes into the booth and give a vote to a politician. Okay, and how many people in your city is the total number of people is like 10,000. Okay, I know this is the very less, but we are take an example only. You must need to put a condition in your system whenever you build your system. Every guy age must be greater than 18. Voter must voter age must be greater than 18. This is actually condition for your voter. I don't know why are you putting this condition, but this is necessary. Okay, if you give a vote in your whole life to any politician or in your college, okay, so that is actually condition. Until we learn the programming in the C, we don't put any type of condition or don't write any type of instruction. This type of things actually we told the instruction in the C, or define a variable and give a value like int score is equals to 45. This is also instruction. After the instruction we put the semicolon. It means clearly we can say that it is an instruction. But what is the type of instruction? This we don't know about these things. So let's take a deep dive in this lecture and learn about the instruction C. So welcome back to the lecture. So let's start. In your whole C programming journey, we have only three types of instruction. Three type of instruction in C. What type of three? Name of the three types. It's very easy. I put the first multi-line comment. First one is the type declaration. What is the name of? Is the type declaration. Second one is the arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operation. And third one, but is very important, is the control flow. Control flow. In particular, today's lecture discuss only first and the second. Why we don't discuss the third? Because third is a very long and really interesting. So we need at least 1 hour to discuss about the control flow and visualize the control flow. But it's very important. Let's take a deep dive in the first, which is the type declaration. I put a very big comment so you can easily read the notes. Okay, if you don't know about where you get this type of notes, just click on the description and click the repo link where you get the link of this old code. Let's first I copy the type declarations and put a very pretty good comment. This is the type declaration. Let's write a very basic boilerplate code in C. So how to write? First, we always include the header files. So we can usually use the function like scanf like this. If you want to use scanf or printf or basic function C, then must include the standard input output header file. So hash include, put the angle bracket, and in between of the angle bracket use the stdio.h. Must write the main function int main, put the curly braces, and in last line put the return 0. If you don't know about this, what is the basic boilerplate code in the C, please watch the first lecture of this series. This is very important. Okay. So I write the int score is equals to 20 and float pi is equals to 3.14. Like this. I taken an only example. We don't solve any problem here. What is the mean of int score is equals to 20? Score is a variable in the memory which actually take the place where you store the 20 and type of variable is the int. Okay, this is the actually whole one instruction. So whenever compiler takes this type of instruction, then okay, this is the instruction. We create a space in your memory where we store the 20 and what is the type of your variable is integer. So that is actually type declaration. We type and declare our variable. Okay, so that is actually very basic and very interesting. We actually already know about type declaration, this type of thing, but don't know about the type declaration. So these actually things are type declaration. Define the variable and assign the value as is type declaration. Let's move on the next next instruction, which is the arithmetic operation instruction. It is very important and very useful. First I given a very good example, then we move next. Let's create a second.c. Okay, but I forget one thing I wanna say. I already record this lecture, but I choose the wrong setting of OBS, so I cannot record the properly whole things. So let's first copy the arithmetic operations and paste a very good comment. Put a space. Control B for the toggle. If you toggle the sidebar, you can easily place the Control B command if you are on a Mac. What is the arithmetic operations? Let's go in the primary school's time when your best teacher is teach you what is the board mass rule in mathematics. If you don't know about what is the board mass, then I must say you are much in wrong schools. Okay, so what is the board mass is very basic principle of the doing the multiply and division and perform the arithmetic operations on numbers. B stands for bracket, O stands for off, D stands for division, multiply and subtraction. So whenever you want to do plus minus like things or perform the operation on number like plus minus and divide, then you must use the board mass rule. What does the board mass say? Board mass always say first use the bracket, first use the brackets, then going for the next division, then going for the division, multiply and ADITT not is the addition and subtraction. Okay, so I've given a very good example so you can understand easily. 4 plus 6 into 5 plus 34. This is actually a very basic question. Okay, you can easily solve. So 4 it means 4 plus 6 into 5 we solve the first, then we move the next. 6 into 5 is the 30 because first we always solve the bracket, then going for the division, but we don't have any division, then we go for a multiply and solve the multiply. 6 5 is the 30 or 5 6 is 30 plus 34. Then we add all of the things. Okay, so 64 plus 4 is the 68. So that is the answer. So you must follow the hierarchy and the what is the precedence of the uh, symbols like operator. Like simple, you have also solved in C programming this type of question, but not using the BODMAS rule. You cannot use the BODMAS rule. Then what type of rule you can use and what type of operator in C? In a programming, you have many types of operator, but I discussed 4 to 5 of operators in this lecture. But in future lecture, then we discuss about the bitwise operator. Then we learn about the more operators. Okay. So let's put a comment here. Operators in C. So what are operators? Plus, minus, multiply, divide, modulo, and par. Wait for a while. Par and also ampersand is also operator. Pipe is also operator. Exclamation marks is also operator. And how many types of operator? I forget literally. And you have a many more type of operator. Okay, but I tell you the 4 5 mean for what is the mean of this operator. Okay, plus for the addition, minus for the subtraction, and asterisk for the multiply the numbers, divide for the divide number, and modular. Most of the people don't know about the modular, but wait for a while. I give an examples and make a good understanding about the what is the modular operator. Par operator, ampersand operator, or and operator, and this is the pipe, and this is exclamation marks. Let's discuss about all the things and print the result and calculate such a very basic things so we can make a good understanding about this operator. Let's write a very basic boilerplate code. So hash include standard input output file stdio.h int man, then open a curly braces or block of code, and after that return 0. Int answer is equal to 3 plus 4 multiply 5, not 5, 6 y5 4. Okay, so these are actually very basic. And printf the answer. %d, why we use the %d? Because we want to print answer. Now, what is the data type of answer? Is the integer. And what is the format specified for the integer? Is the %d answer. Let's first we resolve and then we save the file and find out the answer on the terminal side. 3 is the 3. 4 by 5. We can put a 5. What is the 5 by 5? Is the 1. Plus 5 and minus 4. 3 plus 1 is the 4. Plus 9. 9 minus 4 is the 4. Let's save the file and find out the answer we are correct or not. Simply press the Ctrl J or Command J. We are in the same directory. Let's check the first. We are in episode 06 and second.c file. Episode 06 and second.c. We have a previous command only. Yes, we have a previous command. Answer is the 5. We are right. 3 plus 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 minus 5 is 4. So actual answer is the 5 is the correct. Okay. So that is actually very basic. Let's print out more things so we can understand everything. Let's direct print. We don't need to store any types of this calculation very well. %d. Let's first print the 1 plus 2. Copy and 1 into 2. Again paste, again paste, again paste. And then put divide, also put the divide and wait for a while. Also put the modulo. And one more thing we can put 2 by 1. This is also important. Save the file, and we forget one thing literally, but we can take put the first next line and 3 2 minus 1 0 0 2. So write the answer 3 2 minus 1 0 2. Let's check out our answer is correct or not. 1 plus 2 is the 3, 3 is the correct. 1 into 2 is the 2 correct. 1 minus 2 is the minus 1. We all know that. 1 by 2. What is the mean of 1 by 2? 1 by 2 is coming to 0. Why? If you clearly observe, you can easily find out the answer. What is the 1 by 2 in our mathematics? 1 by 2 is the coming 0.5. But you know that about percent d, you write the percent d is the format specified for the integer. 0.5 is not an integer, it is a float. So we take the round off, or what is the round off of 0.5 is the 0. So actual answer come 0. 1 ampersand 2, why are you putting the ampersand? Only need to put modulo operator, and 2 by 1 is a come into the picture is the 2, which is actually correct. But let's calculate again the result for the 1 modulo 2 is coming into the picture 1. Why? We don't know about the modulo operator. I make a good understanding you to about the what is the modulo operator. Modulo operator is nothing but simply gives you the what is the remainder after the dividing the number or numerator by the denominator. Okay, let's 14 by 3. 3 cannot divide the properly 14. Okay, so what is we give the after result? 3 for the 12 plus 2 is the remainder. 2 is the remainder. Let's find out the answer. We are correct or not. So copy the same line and paste, but we use the 14 by 3. 14 modulo 3. 14 modulo 3. You can easily get the 2. Okay, so this is actually modulo operator. We also have many types of operator, but we don't use. Why we use it here? Because these types of operator we discuss in the couple of future lecture. I don't want to increase the length of this lecture. Okay, that is actually operators, and also we understand about the what is type of operators and different types of operator and make a good understanding. But when we discuss about the more in topic and take a deep dive, so we must resolve some complex problem and make a good understanding why we need this type of topics. And this type of topics actually generally asked by the professor in your Viva or semester exam. Let's create a variable, and name of the variable is the cal. .cal.com is the cal only. And I create a very complex problem for you. Not complex, but you can say. Okay. You can let's find out the answer. 3 is the 3. 4 into multiply by 5 divided by 3. So how to calculate this type of expression? Okay, and also we put the 5 here. You get confused how to calculate this type of miscellaneous expression. So whenever you get the same hierarchy, so with sign with the same hierarchy, in your programming you generally see the multiply and the divide have the same hierarchy, and after that plus and minus come into the same hierarchy, and bracket always the top of the hierarchy. So 4 into and multiply the same hierarchy. So how to solve? We always going to left to right direction and solve one by one. When we go to left to direction, we first get the multiply, then we get the divide. Okay, So we first solve the multiply, not divide. So what is the 4 5s is the 20 by 3 minus 8. We can copy the whole things. Okay, let's come into the next. 3 plus, what is the 20 by 3? 20 by 3 is the 6.6 something, I think, but we store whole answer in our integer, so actually round off and come into the picture by the 6 minus 8 plus 9 into, so we cannot minus. Okay, first we resolve by of numbers by the higher priority of operators, then we go in the lower priority of operators. 9 into 5 by 5. So how do we resolve? Because multiply and divide are the same priority, then we easily go for the left to right. So what is the 9 5s are 45 by 5 minus 7 modulo 3. So what is the remainder when 3 divides the 7? 3 to the 6 and the remainder comes to into picture is the 1. Let's say 3 plus 6 is the 9, 9 minus 8 is the 1. 45 divided by 5 is the 9, because we know that 9 5s are 45. And final result will come into the 9. We can prove? Yes, we can prove easily by the printing cal. We use the %d for what? Because we know that we want to print cal, and cal is the cal have the integer data type. Let's save the file and also put the next line. And you get the 9 answer, which is actually right. So that is actually hierarchy of an operators. Let's move the next little bit about this lecture and making a good understanding about the what is the conversion in between the data types. Okay, so I created already third.c for you. Write a basic boilerplate code again. So has include stdio.h int main and open a block of code by the using of the curly braces and return 0. Very good. We want to calculate score, but score depends upon the 4 variables a, b, c and the d, and the related by the a plus b into c modulo d. Let's define the ABCD. Data type of A is the integer and value is the 1. B is the float data type. Float B is equals to 1.1. C has a different data type, which is the double. Double C is equals to 3. And D is the boolean, but let's define the D. First I'll tell you what is the problem with the code. Is it true? Because we know that if you any variable have a data type is a bool, then only accept the 2 types of value. Is that true or false? But you can accept VS Code is so the line identify true is a not identify, identify bool is a not identify. Why? By default we cannot use the boolean data type in the C program. If you wanna use, then you must include the header file. Okay, so let's include the header file for the bool. So std bool dot h. Let's print out the score variable. Printf %d and score. What is why the Sri expression must be integral type. So what actually we can that is a correct, because whenever type defined by the boolean we cannot use the modulo. We can use the divide, we can use the modulo. So let's print out the whole result. Third.c is the result come 5. result is the 5. But wait, we calculate the result and cross check why the result 5 is a come in our terminal. Value of A is 1 plus value of B is the 1.1 into value of is the C is the 3 and true. Okay, 1.1 into 3 plus 1 करेंगे. If you do, then 3.3 plus 1 is the 4.3 plus 2. But how this possible? How to can add float plus a boolean number? We cannot add and store an integer variable. That never be possible. But wait for a while. I give you a reason why this possible. Whenever you see true, it means 1. Whenever you see false, it means 0. Yes. So 4.3 plus 1 because true stands for 1. Final result come 5.3. But wait, listen. Our result is a 5.3, but we when print on the terminal is come 5. Why? I tell you the reason. It's very good. We use the %d and score. And what is the data type of score? Is the integer, but our result is 5.3. So compiler actually round off or typecast the number float to integer because score is the data type is a integer, not a float. So result comes is the 5 after the round off. Int and 5.3. So actual result come 5. Wait. What happened if we change the data types into float? Then result is 5.3 comes. Yes, let's change. Save the file. If you are on Mac, you can press Command S. If you are on Windows, simply press the Control S. Oh no, what happened? This is the not actual value. We accept the 5.3. Then what we do wrong? You wrong at the line number 25. Your score is a float, but use the %d, which actually shows the address in your memory. So must use the %f for the float. 5.3 result is a come. It means we are correct. Okay, so that is actually conversion in between the data types. So I hope this lecture provides you very good value. But after completing this lecture, I asked to solve the assignment.md file of episode 06 instructions. If you stuck in between the problem, please ping me on out Discord or any members of Discord. And after you get not solution of this and you don't satisfy by the other person in your VCs or text channel, then use the solution episode 06 instruction.md file. So if you like this type of content and series, please like this video and subscribe the channel. It's give me the inner motivation to create more videos in depth for this series. So this lecture for is end. Goodbye.